Hi, welcome to another edition of Larry's First Impression Beer Reviews. Today I have a confession. I've become one of those guys who anticipate limited releases of beers and goes out and gets them so I can be one of the first guys that I know that tries them. And today I'm going to share my affliction with you because I went out and got a bottle of Blushing Monk from Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So, what do I know about this beer? From the bottle, it tells me that it is when the love of beer and the love of fruit combine, we get this guy right here. They say they brew it with a ridiculous amount of raspberries so that it will have sort of a raspberry jam kind of experience. Okay? It's a Belgian style, so they said they use Belgian yeast to kind of give it maybe some other sort of esters and floral notes and things that go along with the raspberries. So I'm going to think of this as Rubaeus's big brother or older sibling or something to that nature. So with that being said, I can't wait to dive into this one because I love raspberries. I'm a fan of Rubaeus, but I don't get it as much as I would like to because there's so much stuff out there to try and sample. So I am going to use Rubaeus as my benchmark with this, even though it's not really fair because they say think of this as Rubaeus's big brother. Okay, so with that being said, let's crack this bottle. I can't wait. And get in the glass and see what kind of aromas we get and what kind of head it has and the whole Blushing Monk experience. So on their website they say to use a snifter glass, so I got a snifter glass and just a little hiss off the bottle when it came out. I like attention to detail with my microbreweries. One of the details that Founders does is they have a discrepancy between what they have for their caps. This is their normal cap, and it is different from like their barrel aged series. The barrel aged series is kind of likely gold in color. So, but one of the details they do have is on the inside of the cap. They have a little message for you. This is brewed for us. And that's kind of like their mantra. One of the stories that has been shared with me, and I think I've heard it somewhere else, is like Founders was really, as a company and a brewery, up against it as far as whether or not they're going to be able to stay physically solvent and be able to continue their quest for brewing beer, until they changed their philosophy, say, hey, we're going to make beer that we like, and we're going to just make that our business. If we succeed, fantastic. If we fail, we didn't compromise our love of the way we brew beer. So let's get into a glass. Definitely fruity. Definitely fruity. So Rubaeus clocks in. Oh, look at that nice ruby red color on that beer. 9.2% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs. So it might have a little bit of hoppy bitterness somewhere in there. So, yeah, it smells very much out of the snifter as it did out of the bottle. I wouldn't say that I could pick out that it's raspberry, but definitely berry and definitely fruity, and maybe a little bit of the alcohol content comes out in the aroma. So with that, hey, keep brewing it for us. Cheers. It's almost like wine, almost like a sweet wine. It kind of has a dry finish. Yeah, ridiculously sweet fruit. My first impressions would be, if I wanted to drag my wife out to Founders, and she is by no means a beer person, that she might even enjoy this one enough to be able to appreciate the style. So, for me, wow, it's hard to really say. I mean, I guess I have to go back in. They said strawberry or raspberry jam, and I can get that a little bit on the palate, sort of after you swallowed it. Um, wow, I'm not so sure how to say about this stuff. It's very sweet. It's definitely fruity. Um, the 9.2% ABV is very well hidden, but there is a little bit of a dry finish, but no heat like you would get from taking a shot or something. I believe that if your significant other, like mine, is not a beer person, they might actually enjoy a little bit of this. Yeah, why not? The more I sample it, the more I appreciate the flavors. Right off the top, I don't know if you could tell, I was slightly disappointed, but there's a tartness there now that I didn't mention earlier that I can kind of appreciate with the fruitiness. So a nice tart, fruity beer. I wouldn't say that it gives you a raspberry jam experience by any means, like they say on the bottle. Definitely, as far as raspberries, more robust, more richer raspberry, more sweeter than Rubaeus. But quite honestly, in my opinion, I think maybe I would just say, hey, stick with Rubaeus. That's a very good beer. This is a nice try to up the game with it, but I mean the color is fantastic, and it really reminds me more of a wine than a beer. But that just does not make it bad at all. So here's the Founders. Keep brewing for us. We love your stuff. I can't wait for your next limited release. And cheers.